The idea of quitting your job to become a full-time artist seems exciting, but trust me, it can also be a fast track to anxiety, frustration, and even homelessness if you're not prepared. So before you make that leap, here's what you need to know and have in place to give you the best chance for success. If you don't know me, I'm Tim Packer. At the age of 40, I quit my secure job as a police officer to chase my dream of becoming a full-time artist. It was one of the most exciting and terrifying decisions in my life, but it also turned out to be one of the best. But make no mistake, it was not easy, and this was not just some blind leap of faith. So if you're thinking of making that move, I want to share with you today some of the things I wish I had known when I took that step. So these are some of the things you need to consider before quitting your full-time job to pursue a full-time career as an artist. First, let's talk about financial security. You should not be putting your home, your family, or yourself in jeopardy. Ask yourself, do you have enough savings to tide you over? Do you have a fallback plan? Could you get another job if you had to? And does your spouse or partner have a good, steady income? I was lucky that I had all three of those things going for me when I made that leap. My wife had a great job. I had valuable skills as a fraud investigator that I could take to the private sector, and we had a fair bit of savings. But still, it was really, really scary. And we had two small boys at the time to think of. So make sure you have a fallback plan. This is not about being negative, it's about being smart. And the next question is, where are you now as an artist? How ready are you to take this on right now? You should already be selling your work regularly. You should be on the road to developing a unique and recognizable voice, and there should be interest from the public in the work that you're creating right now. If you're still trying to figure out your style or you're struggling to sell, this is not the time to make that move to becoming a full-time artist. Why? Because honing your craft and finding your voice requires you to have the freedom to fail. You don't want to have the pressure of, I have to sell this painting to pay my mortgage, while you're still evolving and still trying to find your voice. So if that's your situation, keep your day job for now while you continue to build reps and work towards finding that voice that people actually want to buy. And another crucial piece, do you have an artistic support system? Having other artists who are further along the journey than you, mentors and peers, is going to be invaluable from saving you from making costly mistakes. And it's going to help keep you focused when doubt creeps in. Just remember, isolation kills careers and community keeps them alive. And have you thought about where you will sell your art? You need to already be experiencing success in one of these three areas, whether it be commercial galleries, art festivals, or online sales. Don't quit your job based on hopes and dreams. You only want to quit your job when you have data that says this will work. And you really need to look deeply about your work ethic and your passion for art. Do you really love painting? Not the idea of being an artist, and not just pushing paint around when inspiration strikes. I mean, do you love it enough to paint 4 to 6 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week? If you're not sure, test yourself first. Take vacation time and simulate that full-time artist schedule and see how you feel. Because once you take that step, this will become your new normal. And do you have the entrepreneurial mindset? Being a full-time artist means becoming a business owner. Are you passionate about learning marketing, sales, pricing, and productivity? Because it's not just art anymore, it's running a business. And do you have the self-motivation to get up every day and go to work, even when no one is watching? If not, you're not ready yet. And do you have support at home? This is huge. If you have a spouse or a partner, they need to be on board 100%. But support doesn't mean unlimited patience with no expectations. For me, my wife believed there was a chance that I could make a good living as an artist, but we had a deal. If it ever became clear that this was not in our best long-term financial interests, I would put on a suit and get a job in corporate security. Now, having that pressure was actually a huge motivator, and I believe it's a big part of why I was ultimately successful. But if your spouse isn't supportive at all, or if this is going to cause a major conflict, you really want to think long and hard before making this leap. And you also need to be prepared for the chance that your social life is going to change. When I left policing, I lost touch with all of my friends from that career. Not because of bad blood or anything, but just because I couldn't afford to go out. And after a while of you declining their invites, people just quit inviting you. That's part of the sacrifice. So you need to be okay with the chance that that might happen. Pursuing a full-time art career can be incredibly rewarding, but it can also be incredibly frustrating, lonely, and financially terrifying. The key is this: don't make that leap just on passion alone. Make it when the passion is supported by proof, preparation, and a plan. And if you're still thinking about making that change, please take everything I've said here to heart. Prepare, test, and build. And when the time is right, make that move with confidence, not desperation. If this video helped, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Oh, and before you go, if you are really serious about making that leap to becoming a full-time artist, I've just written a book that goes into this. You Can Sell Your Art. And that's a step-by-step guide to creating a livable income from your art. And if you click on the link below, you can get 5 free chapters from this book. And when you do, you'll also unlock some amazing discounts on my courses that are directed specifically at artists who want to make a decent living from the sale of their art. So if you want to fast track that journey and avoid all the mistakes that I did, I really encourage you to click on the link below. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.